What if I told you that the parasites not only use watches to control the time, but also our reality?
I don't know. Is that something you're likely to tell us? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Mr. Sensible. It's my great pleasure to introduce you to... Actually, it isn't. But I guess I'm going to have to introduce you. Today, we're going to be having a look at someone with some very strange ideas called Barnabus Nagy. He's got a fear of timepieces and parasites and reality. I think we better let him tell us a little bit about it though.
I saw this great video by Conspiracy R Us.
Conspiracy R Arse. It's probably a load of arse. Go on, carry on.
About the parasitic mind control, and it really inspired me to make my own research and talk about this topic myself. Let's have a look at what these watches do in the movie called They Live.
Parasitic mind control. I guess it doesn't work, otherwise surely these parasites would have stopped you from telling us all about it. On the other hand, they probably know that we'd never believe this shit anyway. Hold on. Are you really going to show us a clip of a 1980s B-rate movie as evidence? Go on then. Oh, it's horrible, it's got a mullet and everything. Oh my god. Oh, those are the parasites. Gotcha. Thank goodness for that.
He's a tall Caucasian male, doesn't appear armed, wearing sunglasses.
What was that? I don't know.
Attention, your wristwatch has malfunctioned. This entryway is temporary and will disappear in 10 seconds.
Move! We don't know what's down there! Now!
8 seconds. 7 seconds. 6 seconds. 5 seconds. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 1 second.
Look, this is all very well, Barnabus, but you do realise it's just a movie made up, stuff that's for fun. It's not real.
See ya, boys.
So they are telling us that these parasites, these entities that rule the world, not only use watches to communicate with each other, but also to go into different portals and teleport to other dimensions. Now let's have a look at something older from ancient history, the Anunnaki, and what did they use on their hands.
Yes, it's just a cheesy 1980s script where some creatures can talk to each other using their watches and use them to open portals. Again, it's not real, mate.
So this is one of the Anunnaki, the Sumerian Gods, and as you can see, he has 2 watches on both hands actually. Look at that.
You're right, they're watches. Or perhaps they're just bracelets. If you look further at their arms, they've got other decorative items. I wonder which is the more likely.
Here's one and here's the other one. Here's another picture, and as you can see, as he's slaying the dragon, he has a watch on his hand. And again, here's another picture. The Anunnaki have still the watches on their hands. So I wonder whether there's a correlation between these kind of depictions. Whether those ancient gods were actually the entities that are portrayed in the movie They Live.
Or perhaps, because it's just a B-movie, they save money by just using watches rather than making some new device. Again, I wonder which is more likely.
And they indeed use these watches to control the time, control our reality, and fake everything we know about.
Okay, these bracelets that you think are watches, fair enough. But where the hell did you get control time, fake reality, and... Did you just pull that out your ass?
So as I was curious, I wanted to see what Wikipedia says about the watches, and I had a look at these pictures, but also what occurred to me is that why is it called the watch?
Well, perhaps you should look at section 1.1 of the page you're actually looking at, which says, one account says that the word watch came from the Old English word worker, which meant watchman, because it was used by the town watchmen to keep track of their shifts at work. Another says that the term came from 17th century sailors who use the new mechanisms to time the length of their shipboard watches, duty shifts. It's not hard, is it?
Obviously, we think it is because we watch the time. But how about it is called watch because they watch us through these watches?
Yeah, well, that's the first conclusion I came to as well. Not.
And then I was scrolling down and I was like, interesting, these older watches. It says early wristwatch by Waltham worn by soldiers in World War I, right? The fake World War I that I just showed you a couple of videos ago.
Oh, the fake World War I where about 16 million people died. What is wrong with you, man? What the hell are you smoking?
And I was like, oh man, look at this pattern. Can you see it's the same pattern like the ones that the Anunnaki had on their wrists? I mean, this is just fucked up. I don't know what to say, but this is just really creepy.
Well, it's a passing resemblance, apart from the fact that the watch has got 12 sections, 1 per hour, and the Anunnaki decoration has 9, and actually looks quite a lot like a flower to me. Oh, and in most of your images, they had one on each wrist. Bit strange, really. And what about this guy? Is he some sort of inbred cousin god? Because he's wearing his watch on his head. Did no one tell him?
Here's another interesting one, an older Alpha watch from 1993. The Alpha and Omega. You can't make this stuff up.
Well, apparently you can. Why so incredulous? It's just a name, like Alpha Taxi and Taxi Omega. It's just so fucked up. You can't make this stuff up. Barnabas, just stop pulling this rubbish out of your arse.
And here's the inside of a watch. And basically we are letting this machine with all these clocks tell us when time is. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Why so ridiculous? All it's doing is breaking the day down into little portions so that you know when you're supposed to be at the train, when you're going to meet your girlfriend, if you've got one, when you've got to get up. I mean, it's just a measuring device. Simple.
And if we had Alpha, we have Omega as well. Look at that. 2 brands, Alpha and Omega. Can't make this stuff up. And of course the astronauts wearing Timex Iron Man. What a joke.
Barnabas, take a top tip from me. Don't ever try stand-up comedy.
That's it for me for today.
Thank fuck.
Let me know what you think about the watches worn by the Parasites and as well as the Anunnaki in the comment section below.
And we're done. Well, he has asked, so if you wish to leave comments, you can get to his video in the link that's in the description. My understanding is that Barnabas has recently been arrested for misusing teaspoons. I honestly do not understand how people can make up crap like this, like portals and parasites controlling minds and controlling reality, with absolutely zero evidence other than a several thousand-year-old bas-relief carving that has a passing resemblance to a watch, passing, and suddenly that's more believable than the world around him. I think he has some real problems there. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. If you haven't already, please hit like, and I'd be honoured if you decide to subscribe. Just hit that little ball down in the corner and hit the notification bell so you always get told about my latest videos. The Retarded Conspiritard Cheese Award is up and running for nominations as of today. So please go ahead and nominate and eventually vote. It would be good to see you all there. I wouldn't be surprised if Barnabas gets a nomination or 2. Anyway, thank you once again. Until next time, stay sensible.
Shut up and sit down.